Hello, this is your Auntie Pam with I-86 that helping you deal with the sad and the mad. Okay, now this is about people basically vandalizing your property because you're no longer together. Now, I've only had that to happen one time, but I know a lot of people who had to go through the whole vandalizing property or whatever, they house, they apartment, they cars. I mean, just acting a plum fool with them, whatever, because they done broke up and don't want to be with them no more, baby. It's more fish in the sea. It's more men out there. It's more women out there. I'm gonna need you not to be acting like this the only person in the world that even exists. That's not how that go. And like I said, baby, I got tons of stories, but I'm not even finna get into that like that for real, for real. But I just go ahead and personally tell mine. Now, it's I can now my friend she did tell me I could tell hers too. But see the thing about it, like, okay, like the guy that I was with, no, you know what? How about I just start with her story first. Okay, well when she was married, and the husband was cheating on her, and now you the one cheating, the husband the one cheating. Now the car and apartment was hers. She was working. I think he was working but lost his job or something like that. So you ended up just being a little bum, sitting around the house, and then I guess you got too bored to the point where you decided that you wanted to cheat. Oh, okay. So while she out working, this dude cheating. So when you get caught cheating and she put you out, and all of a sudden you want to see him try to get mad because she didn't put you out, and now she filing for divorce because you done got abusive and you cheating. You doing everything under the sun, A B C D E F and G. Who finna see him put up with it, baby? You might well be by yourself than to see him deal with somebody that's cheating and putting their hands on you. No, baby, that ain't how that go. So when she got rid of him, baby, you had the nerve to vandalize her apartment. When I tell you knocking out windows, baby, this property ain't even hers. Are you serious? Baby, you knocking out windows. You tossing stuff upside down. You breaking stuff all up in the good apartment. You spray painting this and spray painting that. And then you had the nerve to do the same thing with her car. With the windows and hitting it with bats and denting it up and slicing tires. That is so childish. It don't get no more immature and childish than that. Like, really? You sitting there having a hissy fit like a 10-year-old that didn't get his bike for Christmas. Like, okay, because trust and believe, if that was his stuff, he'd be the first one trying to hit somebody or shoot somebody or get baby. But see, you don't never see how I feel when it's somebody else, when you doing it to somebody else, but when it's somebody doing it to you, now all of a sudden it's a violation. Really? Anyway, but you sitting here vandalizing her stuff, and then you want to go to her kinfolk's house vandalizing her grandmama stuff and her mama stuff. You baby couldn't have been nobody in my family, honey, because he would have turned up dead in a ditch somewhere. I'm just saying, baby, you wouldn't have been alive after that one. Cause see, like vandalizing my stuff, that's one thing, but vandalizing family members that ain't even did nothing to you and that really actually don't even like you, baby, you would have turned up dead in the ditch somewhere. I'm sorry, they would have been finding your body. They would have been reporting it on the news. I would have been like, no wonder I ain't seen him in a week. Oh, they found them in the ditch with a straight face. Anyway, but like I told her, I said, babe, I said, you a good one. Because, man, my ex, one of my exes, right? And like I said, that was the first time that has ever happened to me, honey. But I've always had tricks up my sleeve. So, I got you back without even getting you back because I got people that look out for me and that care for me. So, this what ended up happening. So, uh, my my babies, I call them my babies because I've been knowing my babies for a long time, her and her family, whatever. So I consider them as family. So they were at a football game. They saw my old man up there with another woman. So baby, you cheating. Now mind you, I had already heard somebody say that they had saw him in a car. But when I had confronted him about it, he said that there was his coworker car, which was a dude, and he let you use it or whatever so you can handle some business for your mama. I was like, okay, cool, not a problem. So it's not the fact that I believed it, but it's just the fact that I kept it in the back of my head because see, I'm going to investigate until I really, really find out the truth. So I just left you, stay with that story that you gave me. So, so when somebody told me they had saw a chick in the car, the same car, whatever, with him, I was like, oh, okay. I was like, all right. So I ain't even got to ask you about that because see, if somebody talking about the same car but they seen the chick in it, my wheels already spinning. So 9 times out of 10, I'm thinking, oh, okay, well you driving some chick car, okay? You done dropped her off or whatever, and then you out ripping and running in her stuff. Okay, so when after I had found out that information, I called him. And then he was like, "Oh, okay, what's going on? Blah blah blah." I said, "Come to my job." I said, "Cause I want some lunch." So he came. He thought that he was just gonna get. He in the good car, so he thought that he was just gonna get the money and then go get something up the street and then come on back. I said, "Mm." I said, "Come on, let's go riding. You're going to take me up the street." And you're going to get me something. I can't take you up there. I said, why not? I said, you in this car ripping and running, and you said that this was your coworker car, your little guy friend car, whatever. I said, I'm quite sure he ain't gonna mind about you taking me up the street to get something to eat. Well, how come you can't use your car? I said, no, because the mechanic on his way to look at it. I said, so I can't. Well, I ain't gonna be. I said, oh, okay. So that's when I fronted him then, which was outside of my job. And I was like, okay, so you riding around in this chick car, blah, 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 already told me whatever, that's a reliable source. So I already know she ain't lying to me or whatever, this and that. I told him, I said, so if you want to play them type of games, I was like, that's fine, go on about your business. Mind you, we hadn't broke up. I just told him to go on about his business. We'll talk about it later on. But the killer part about it was that night. See, you thought that because I don't go to football games and I don't go to, games and stuff like that or whatever, that I don't like sports. No, I love sports. The thing about it is I never had time to go to the end of the games. Why? Because I was working. I was at the shop. I'm doing hair. So if I'm sitting here pulling 12 and 16 hour shifts at the shop, I don't have time to go to games, especially when the games are on the weekend. I ain't got time to go. I'm working on the weekend. I'm working on Fridays and Saturdays. So I don't get the chance to be able to have fun and do what I want to do. I'm making other women and other men looking pretty and looking good and looking handsome so they can go to the games and do whatever they want to do. You get what I'm saying? So my days off was Sundays and Mondays. Ain't nobody doing no games on no Sundays and Mondays. So I mean, I'm not able to go. But baby, when I tell you my little baby girl, when her sister called me and was like, your man up here. I'm like, oh well, up here at the game with another woman, holding hands, all cozy, blah blah blah. I was like, oh okay. They were like, well, we finna buy you a ticket. You need to come on slide through. I'm like, sure will. I sure will. So when I got off, and which I just so happened to end up getting off at 7 o'clock. So I ended up getting off early, which was very unusual for me, especially on the Friday, because on the Friday I don't leave about it up 10, 11 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? So, baby, I went straight on over there. They met me at the gate, went on over there, got the ticket, baby, went on up in there. And honey, when he saw me coming up them bleachers, baby, he looked like a deer with his head, caught up in the headlights of a car, baby. When I tell you he had that blank look on his face, like, oh my God, I just got caught. So my babies with their funny stuff. They was throwing popcorn and stuff at their head and everything. It was so funny, but I was like, "No, y'all don't do that." I was like, I hadn't seen everything I need to see." I said, "I'm good," so I ended up leaving. And so when I left, it was a uh yeah. When I left, he kept calling. I wouldn't answer my phone for what? I didn't see everything I needed to see. So when that Saturday morning came, I ended up no, yeah, when the Saturday morning came, I had answered the phone when he did call, and he was trying to apologize. Baby, you ain't got nothing. You ain't got to apologize. You ain't got to explain. I saw for myself everything that needed to be seen. I had already got two warnings. Like I said, reliable sources had already told me certain things, whatever. I need to see it for myself. Instead of just judging off of what I've heard. I said I seen it for myself. I said I'm good. I said, baby, I said I don't play that type of game. I said it ain't finna be no you talking to me and you talking to her. I said go ahead and talk to her. Be her old man. Do whatever you need to do. I said I'm good. Because to me, baby, man coming down a dozen, especially with me working at the shop, baby, because I was meeting new dudes all the time. Like every day, I'm meeting new dudes, and then me being faithful, I'm not cheating on you because there's plenty of them that was wanting to holler at me, wanting to talk to me, date me, and take me out and do this and do that, and it was plenty of them wanting to do all that. So I'm like, no, I'm in a relationship, blah blah blah. I was like, you didn't take that relationship serious, so now here it is, you mad, and you knew other dudes wanted to talk to me because you was coming up there getting your haircut. And the reason why you knew was because the dude that was cutting your hair and the other dude that was in the chair beside him that would cut your hair secondary to when the other guy wasn't there, they was already telling you it was dudes trying to holler at me. But I would never talk to any of them. Even when I was single, I wasn't trying to talk to any of them because I had my values and my standards and I knew what was what. And at that given point in time in my life, I knew a lot of them that was just trying to just have sex or, just try to use me because they think that you do hair, you make money, whatever, blah blah blah. So it was just a lot of game being played at the time, and I was able to discern, thank God, the difference between the two. But the thing about it was, it wasn't always easy. It wasn't always like that because I dated a whole bunch of dudes. You get what I'm saying? And then I had to figure out for myself who was playing games and who wasn't playing games. You get what I'm saying? So once I was able to determine that, I was able to discern, afterwards who was for the games and who really was serious about wanting to get to know a person or be in a relationship or whatever. And so they was pretty much telling him, even when he said he wanted to talk to me, they was like, well, you better be careful, number one, when you trying to talk to Miss Pam, because She don't play that. She a Christian. She go to church, whatever, blah, blah, blah. She's a good girl. If you're going to be in a relationship, you're going to be in a relationship with her. They basically were just trying to give him the A through Z. So you claiming that, oh, you want somebody serious, you want to be in a relationship, and you want somebody that you can, be in love and whatever, blah, blah, blah. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, that sound cute. But are you really ready for it? Because a lot of people always talk about what they ready for and what they ain't ready for, and they're not really ready for it. So you can talk that game all you want to, and then as soon as you get into it, the relationship with that person, you knew you weren't ready. You still wanted to be out there playing games. But see, you can only play the games for so long. Because when you get a certain age, you're going to want to just go ahead and settle down. You're going to want that person by your side. Because now you're getting older. Everything starts sagging. I can't say that word. Um, your Johnson, your your bowling balls down there sagging, and even your little titties, as a man, all that sagging too. Y'all want to sit here and just talk about the woman, how everything sagging. Oh no, baby, y'all stuff start sagging. Y'all plumbing stop working, and y'all need help with the plumbing. Come on. So when you get to that certain age, well, it's not the fact that you even want a relationship. When you get to a certain age, you just want a companion. You just want somebody where if something happened to you, you get sick or whatever. You don't want to be by yourself when you die. You know what I'm saying? You want a caregiver, basically, to tell you the truth, because a lot of folks that I've seen now, you wait till you get a certain age, and all of a sudden now you want somebody by your side. Now you want to stop playing games. Why? You just want somebody there at the house. You just want somebody you can come home to. You just want your caregiver. You just want somebody by your side so you won't die alone. And that's what a lot of, and I'm not just saying that just to be saying, I'm getting that survey through a lot of people that I know and a lot of men that I know, especially from the age of 20 to like 65. I like talking, and like I said, doing the counseling and stuff like that. I like being able to get that type of advice, or I like to get that type of feedback from women and from men when it comes to certain, subjects and stuff like that. So my thing is, you just got a lot of them when they get to a certain age, and they telling me now, oh, they between the age of like 50 and the ones that 65, they telling me now, well, I should have never made that mistake. I should have went ahead and stayed with blah blah blah. I messed up on a lot of good relationships. I could have had me a wife. We could have been celebrating a 20 and a 30-year anniversary, blah blah blah. And I would have already had that person by my side. And, I've been getting sick lately, and this going on, that going on. And no, you ain't got nobody. So, you have to go through half of that stuff by yourself, and family members that don't even feel like fooling around with you or dealing with you. When you could have just went ahead and treated this woman right, or treated this man right. And you could have just had whoever, you going to be with. But no, you didn't do it like that. So anyway, because I hopped off the subject, getting back on. But the thing about that is, when I told him it was done, I went about playing games. I'm like, dude, we lasted for, let me see, we lasted for 4 months, and I'm shocked he even lasted that long. And I'm sure you about was doing whatever in between the 4 months that I didn't know nothing about, because I did end up finding out after the fact. No, I found out right before this whole little thing with the me going to the football game. I think I had found out like the week before. The it was some guys that came in to get their haircut, and they was telling the barber that uh when they saw my old man in there getting his haircut, they just kept looking and staring at him, whispering and talking like, ah. So when he had left out, he came back there, talked to me, said what he said to me, kissed me, and then he left out because everybody at the shop knew that me and him was talking. So when the dudes looked and was like, they had something else on their mind, like, okay, so he got him an old lady. Come to find out, they had told the barbers, in which the barbers didn't tell me until, like I said, the week before this whole thing happened with the football thing, going to the game and me catching him with the woman. But baby, they told the barber, in which I don't know why they didn't tell me, because they told two of the barbers and they were too scared to tell me. But they was like, oh, well, he danced at the gay club that I go to. And the other guy was like, oh, he danced at the gay club that I work at, because one of the guys was a bartender, and the other guy was just a patron of the club. And so he said he go all the time or whatever. I think the patron go like 3 times a week, but the bartender knew the patron from going there all the time or whatever. But he was the bartender, one was a patron that went all the time. And so they was like, oh baby, he danced at our gay club. And they was like, no, no, no. So they was like, I'm gonna have to tell her. But then I'm scared to tell her. So the guys was like, well, we just gonna leave the information up to you. If you want to tell her, you could tell her, but we just let you know that's where we know him from. And they was like, they said that they knew that, they was like, well, he must be bisexual then, because we didn't know he had an old lady, because he flirt with the men up there. And so I'm saying to myself, like, baby, I'm like, okay. So when they told me, I was like, Oh, so of course I asked them that because I wanted to know. Oh, you denied it 100%. Then you sitting here trying to talk about how you can't stand, gay men, this and this. That. And now, baby, I say you don't talk about them, baby, because you don't say nothing about them because I got plenty of gay friends. So I'm like, don't sit here. If you caught, you just caught. You know what I'm saying? That's what I had told him. I'm like, if you caught, you just caught. Don't sit here and try to, talk about nobody, degrade nobody, or way of life or whatever, blah blah blah. Baby, I got in his behind. And so he just kept, I guess you was doing it trying to make me believe that there's just something that you wouldn't do, trying to degrade, that way of life or that lifestyle. Baby, you don't do that. This ain't nobody talking about that. I'm talking about you. I'm talking about what did you do? So uh like I said, now here it is, my little baby, my little girl telling me you up here the game with another woman. So I'm like, well, I didn't already hear what I need to hear. Like I said, we didn't already put two and two together. I'm not even finna deal with that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm already weary within that week. I'm already weary because y'all just saying and told me that you dancing at the club. Like, I mean, this is a club. This is a script club. This is a club. It ain't like this just some regular dance club. You go in there, you got your music on. No, no. Baby, you sitting here, you taking it off. And the killer part about it is he was built, you got the muscles, you got the six pack, you got all that. I mean, and then honey, your ding dong 12 inches long is huge. So of course you gonna make money from dancing, baby, because you got a package. You looking good. But it was a disappointment just to even find that out. But like I said, you want to see and try to rag and talk and try to convince me. Baby, you ain't gotta convince me. I'm good. Like I said, talk to the little girl that you talking to. Go ahead and dance at the club. Cheat. Baby, I don't care what you do. I'm not even with you no more. I'm done. So you want to get mad because now I'm done with you. You want to talk about how you love me and I'm the best thing since sliced bread or whatever. If I was the best thing since sliced bread, you wouldn't have been cheating and you wouldn't have been out dancing at the club because you sitting here telling me that you work at two different restaurants. Oh, okay. So I'm finding out you only work at one of the restaurants and you out dancing, shaking your behind, and you getting this money. Now, me being the person that I am, I would have been all right if you had told me that you was dancing at the club. If you dancing at the gay script, I would have been like, baby, make that money, bring it home to mama. I mean, I'm understanding like that. If anything, I would have been in the back, honey, trying to encourage you to throw the doggone dollars up there. I would have supported you. But you wanted to sit here and hide all that. Like I said, that's just me. I would have helped you out. I wouldn't have cared at all. But that ain't what you did. You wanted to go behind my back and then you wanted to sit here and lie. Nah. Baby, let's just handle one thing at a time. Either you gonna dance at the club or either you gonna cheat. But you doing both? Nah. I'm good. You go on about your business. Because even at that time, with you, I wouldn't have put up with you cheating, period. Now you dancing at the club, and from the money that they said that he was making, I would have been like, um, you know what? You what days you dance now? But you say Thursday, Fridays, and Saturdays. Okay, I'll be there to help you to collect the money. Like I said, I would have compromised back then. You making money like boy, you better get your dance on. Let's go to the gym together to make sure you work out. Make sure you stay in shape. Girl, y'all better stop playing with me like that. But like I said, that God already knew I didn't even need to be with you. I didn't need to talk to you. It wasn't even that type of party. But back on subject anyway. So you got upset or whatever because I broke up with you, and then that night while I was at work, you came and I was there. I think I had like three more clients left. It was a mother and two daughters. It was me and it was a baby girl with me. My little helper, my little worker. Like I said, she family to me now. But baby, you had the nerve to come there thinking that you finna get in the door and you finna. I told you it ain't nothing else we gotta say to each other, baby. I'm done. We done broke up. Do whatever you gonna do. I'm straight. So you kept trying to break in the shop. Um, no, the doors was locked, so you wasn't finna get up and know. So you scaring my clients because you standing making up all this noise trying to break in after hitting on the door, cussing and hollering and all that. Mind you, my car is parked in front of the door because when they get a certain time of night, and which I think it had to be like at 9 something at night, a little bit after 9. So when it get a certain time at night, I always pull my car up if I know I'm gonna be, last leaving out. Cause I got the key to lock the door and all that or whatever. But if I'm gonna be last, then I always pull my car up. So I guess because the car's sitting there, uh, I don't know who brought him or who he even rode with, but because I wouldn't let you in, I had came to the door and I told him, I said, "You scaring my people. You need to go ahead and leave. I'm calling the police." Well, you need to open the door so I can talk to them. Nope, ain't got time. We ain't together no more. Go on about your business. So I had the phone in my hand and I proceeded to dial 911. So baby, you start kicking my car door and start trying to vandalize my car. So now you kicking the door and you kicking this and the baby, you sitting putting dents in my car. I said, "Oh, okay." All I said was, "All right." So after he did that, he ended up. He saw me down in 911, so he ended up running. So after that, um, whatever, I ended up closing up, in which the police had rolled around anyway because anytime he saw the lights on in the shopping center where I was, they would always ride around until all the lights was off. So I really didn't have to worry about the police because the police was literally right up the street. So the police ended up riding by. He ended up running, getting in the car. He ended up leaving. I think like later on that night, I think I had woke up. He kept calling, but at that time call block feature wasn't even a feature. So I had put the phone on silent, and I think when I woke up that morning, he had like cards and roses and letters and notes and stuff all on my car and all this other stuff. Whatever. I'm sorry, this and that, whatever, blah blah blah. And actually, I think he ended up trying to. Well, actually, he tried to commit suicide after that because I wouldn't get back with him. I wouldn't talk to him. And so he did that, I guess, as a little ploy to try to get me to come up to the hospital to see him and all that or whatever. And then had his mama calling me, talking about, he tried to kill himself because of you, this and that, and you need to get back with him. And no, babe, I'm good. And when I told her what her son did, she was like, "Oh, okay, now I understand." And so I did go to the police station and I had filed a report about what happened, everything he had did. And then he got out the hospital like 2 days later. He he got out the hospital 2 days later, and he kept trying to talk to me and couldn't. But he kept writing like notes and letters and stuff like that, like leaving it on my car. But like I said, that didn't really last long because I never did respond to any of that. I didn't talk to you, didn't want to talk to you, didn't respond to any of that. I think by the time I talked to him again, it was a couple of years later after his mom had passed, and I just went ahead and entertained you, just to see what was happening, what was going on. But he apologized like a couple of years later when I did get the opportunity to see him and meet him. He apologized about it. But the thing about it was, after I had told a couple of people what he had done, um, that week that next week, after I told a couple people what he had done, that next week, he somebody tried to shoot him on the freeway. They had they saw him riding and they tried to shoot him on the freeway. And then he it's like a lot of people that knew him and knew of him and knew what he looked like came after him. Um, for my sake, I didn't tell them to do it. I just told them what happened because they want to know why we broke up, and they had heard rumors of, like, oh, well, we found out he was dancing and at the club, and he had cheated on you or whatever, blah blah blah. And I had people, especially at the time, that were so attached to me, that they had like they just they were very they looked out for me, put it like that. They were very protective. And so those people that were protective of me felt like they were big brothers and that they needed to do something. And I never told them to do anything. They just want to know what happened. So hurting my feelings was the same as hurting their feelings, and they weren't going to put up with that. So they came after him. They went after him. And so after they got to going after him, in which he you definitely dodged the bullet. But he sort of figured that I made them come after him. No, I didn't. I didn't do that at all. They did that on their own volition. I mean, I explained to them what happened. They came after you on their own. I told them to stop when I found out about it. And I found that it was like three different people that, like I said, that were big brothers to me that knew me, was like, "No, we ain't gonna let him get away with it, whatever, blah, blah, blah." No, I told him, I said, "Y'all just go ahead and leave it alone." I said, "He was just dumb, stupid, and immature." I said, "He'll reap what he sow." And that's exactly what ended up happening. Every relationship he got in from that point on just didn't work. It was, like I said, you're just not ready at all. You a bum, you living off of other women, you have to use their stuff, drive their stuff, do this, do that, whatever, blah blah blah. The most you ever done was when you was with me, and which was having those jobs. But you never did get the opportunity to get you a car. When you did finally get you a car, It was a AB. AB car is what we call, the car to get you from point A to B. It's one of those little hoopties. You know what I'm saying? Nothing good, but it's just a little hoopty that get you from point A to point B. So you finally got your AB car, which is good. But like I said, that was the most that you've ever done for yourself was when you were with me. So I pushed you to be better and to do better. But see, when you give these other women that's not mature and that's not trying to push you, then no, you are gonna be a bum. You are gonna live off them. You are gonna think that you can control them and say this and say that and do this and do that. But see, like I said, that was the first time that has ever happened. Getting back on subject, but that was the first time that has ever happened as far as like vandalizing, my property. Because see, I don't play that. You ain't finna sit here and vandalize my stuff and then think that you really finna get away with it. But like I said, that car that I had that he was vandalizing, I really didn't care too tough about that car because the car was already breaking down and I was finna get rid of it anyway. I ended up giving that car to my sister for free. I've had 3 cars that I've just given away for free because that's just me. But the thing about it is, like I said, at that time that car was having problems and I knew I was finna get well, I didn't know I was finna get another car. I just knew I was finna get rid of that car because my best friend that passed away, he gave me his truck, and when he gave me his truck, I gave that car away to my sister, and then my sister and her brother had fixed it up and they used it or whatever until they couldn't use it no more. But like I said, if it was a brand new car, oh baby, I think I about would have came out that shop, baby, with scissors in my hand, stabbing. If that was a nice brand new car, but that was a old used car. I had already paid it off, and like I said, it was already giving me mechanical problems, so I didn't care about that. Boy, okay, so you kicking dents in it? Oh, okay, yeah, whatever. But like I said, I mean that was the farthest that it went as far as like vandalizing. But like I said, I've heard the horror stories of the way men and women have vandalized, other people's materials, and it done got deadly, to the point where y'all sitting here shoot them up bang bang because that's just how bad the vandalization went. You know what I'm saying? But I just want to go ahead and share that story with you. Oh, I did not know this video was going to go that long, but I hope you guys enjoyed that story though. But thank you for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. This was your Auntie Pam with I-86. I love you guys and peace.